I don't want to be a strong, independent woman. I'm tired. I'm tired of being out here in these streets. I want to be in a little cocoon of comfort, of like a warm, fuzzy blanket and some fuzzy socks and a warm tea, and have someone come and take care of me. Is that too much to ask?
2 guys to my left, I can take them. 3 guys to my right. I've got a visual on her. It's all good.
I'm just a girl.
Because the harsh reality is a lot of y'all don't want men. Y'all want doormats. A lot of y'all want to give men a safe space to have selective masculinity. I'm man enough to f*** you. I'm man enough to pay your bills, but you won't let me be man enough to run the household without a whole bunch of feedback, without a whole bunch of back talk. I'm man enough to take you on trips. I'm man enough to take you on shopping sprees, but I'm not man enough to discipline your children that aren't even mine. You want me to be selective with my masculinity, so you want me to be a superman when it comes to all of your needs, but you want me to be a half a man when it comes to the things that I need.
This is just your casual reminder that a man can literally never be out of your league, like he's a man.
Confidence is key, but so is having a very firm grasp of reality.
There's this one famous little TikTok thing where this woman is asking a young man to give up his seat, and he looks at her and he goes, "Are you pregnant or disabled?" "No." "Then stand." This is what you wanted 5 years ago. Men would have been flooding that screen going, "You're a douche, dude. Get up and give your seat to a lady." Now it's like, I guess this is what you wanted.
Chivalry is...
No, okay, this is important. It's not that chivalry's... Men have simply said the women who do not want chivalry will not be afforded any chivalry, because it is the only way that those women will realize, oh crap, we really liked chivalry. Because sometimes people don't correct until they realize that what they thought they wanted is not what they actually wanted.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Y'all know what's out of style? Beards. Okay, like those big bushy beards.
What? No. Gentlemen, please leave those beards exactly where they are.
Chivalry in the modern age is just evolved. True.
I think it's evolved, but in the wrong direction. There is this rise of men who suddenly want to be princessed and pampered.
Yeah, I agree with pampering, but I think they should be given equally.
Women do a lot of pampering, they just don't make such a big deal about it. The pendulum appears to have swung towards almost like a men's rights movement. How is it fair for women to expect all these things from us? And I want flowers too. Like, yes, that is being redefined. But as long as they're not using it to weaponize their own incompetence, when it comes to serving and cherishing and celebrating, like there is something really beautiful about femininity.
You're saying there's nothing beautiful about men?
I'm not saying that men aren't beautiful.
Then?
I'm just saying that they feel loved in different ways than we do.
And you know, I always get what I want.
Is it just me, or is there a lot of women out there that seem just a little too eager to advertise that they can in fact be bought and paid for?
I have been so hesitant to post about this, too. I didn't want to believe it, but after doing so much research, we're just gonna lay it out straight. We're in a dating crisis. Not basically, we are. That's what's happening. So let me look at my research here, because I don't want to mess it up. So men looking for casual dates and our relationships is down 50%, 50, since 2019. Not since 1970, since 2019, right before the pandemic, down 50%. They're not fucking looking, which means if you're a woman looking, they don't give a shit. So as this trend continues, by 2040, 45% of women, 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single and childless based on this trend. Let that sink in for a moment.
All right.
Have fun. Call me if you need me.
All right. Some of these guys fingered me.
Imagine just humiliating your husband at that level too, right? Guy should have turned around and been like, honey, hey, get back in the car. Yeah, that's disrespectful. So we're not going to do the high school reunion if it's dirty, nasty. Secondly, you didn't tell me that you were in high school. That's what I would have said. Wow, I didn't know. I might have given me some pause about whether to get involved. Something to think about, I guess.
Like, I remember watching an interview and I said, like, somebody asked, like, oh, you know, do you believe in chivalry? And she was like, who's that? And I was like, dang, that's so bad. I'm like, so that means that when we talk about this young generation, this new generation, like, they're not opening doors, they're not pumping gas, they're not like grabbing for the bill. Let me offer, like, you know what I mean? Like, chivalry, they don't even know what that is, but I'm gonna instill that in my godchildren, my children, my nieces and nephews, all of that. And I'm gonna tell them what to look out for.
Because when a man try to be chivalrous, y'all too busy trying to tell us how strong and independent y'all need to do this shit.
That is not true.
You pump me again. I don't need no man to pump my gas.
I don't need no man to open my door. If I go to the gas station with a man in my car, I sit right there.
I sit right there.
I'm sure.
We
I got my own
at
I don't need you to pay for anything. Like,
we are looking at each other. I love my soft girl ever. I promise you. I'm very much, you know, situated, but I love a moment to just be able to just relax. Let me have a moment. But guys don't really, it's not there anymore.
Modern women want a man to read their mind. And you don't even read your own mind. You don't even know what's going on in your own mind. You don't even know what you want. Why would I sit up here and try to guess what's going on?
What are some signs she has no intent on actually healing? I feel like some ladies use this as an excuse. Oh, I'm healing right now. I'm working on my stuff. You look at what they're doing and they're not actually doing anything, but they expect an unlimited amount of understanding for their situation. And this is why she'll sometimes bounce from distraction to distraction. She's never just idle. She's never journaling or thinking about the things that she's done or taking accountability or taking responsibility or apologizing. Even if sometimes it's a little awkward and maybe she's not very good at it, she's at least trying. You see an attempt there. I'm a firm believer we should give people understanding. There's a difference though between giving people leeway and letting them just get away with whatever. And for most people, they don't heal because real healing is kind of boring. It's ugly and it's quiet and you don't get a whole lot of attention when you're going through it. It's realizing all the little ways where you were actually the problem and what you need to do better.
Where are the men?
Panera.
Bread!
Are all the good single men being held in captivity somewhere? Where are we meeting decent men?
Looking for me. I'm with all the grown men in the corn.
Where the fuck are all the hot men?
This is the English grass whistle.
I bet you've never done that before. That's it.
Can someone tell me where we find the real men?
Hey, I said men are simple creatures, just some dudes looking at the rain.
Where are these men at that I'm seeing all over TikTok?
Yeah, from the left. He running! Get his ass! Get his ass!
Oh my God! They got the.
So my fiance wants to take a break. He has only been in long-term relationships and she's never had a period of being single before. So she wants this before she gets married.
I think deep down you already know. She wants to see what life is like without you. She wants a test. That way, if it's not as good, she can just come right back and act like that was part of the plan. But if it is better, or she finds somebody else, you're gonna be done. Don't ever, if a woman wants a break, just break up. And it doesn't matter if she's been in other relationships long term and she's never had a chance to be single. Her saying that just says that she doesn't know who she is without a man. So there's chances are she's not truly being herself because she doesn't know who she is. That's a red flag in itself. Which is weird because you can find yourself while being in a relationship. You can try new things. You just don't go to the bed with another man. And the thing is, she doesn't need to call a break. She could just bring up what she wants to try or learn. Oh, hey, you want to go take a painting class? I'm gonna go hiking with my friends. She can go out and do stuff. Dude, she's just saying that.
Let me tell you how I'm feeling this morning. This Monday morning, I am tired of feeling like an independent woman. I'm tired of being an independent woman. I'm tired of being the big dog. I'm tired of being the breadwinner. I'm tired of being the fixer of all the things. I'm tired of mowing my own yard. I'm tired of taking the trash out. I'm tired of being the only one to take the kids to school. I'm ready to be dependent. I mean, dependent. I want to be so dependent. I want to start every sentence with, my husband said, and I don't even care if he's right. I don't even care if he's right. I want to be like, you want to, what am I doing this weekend? Let me ask my husband. Oh, you want to know if I can, let me ask my husband. You asking me if I can, oh, let me ask my husband. My husband will know. Let me tell my husband. That's broke. Let me tell my husband. That needs to be done. Let me tell my husband. That needs to be paid. Let me tell my husband. I better be dependent. I'm ready to be dependent this morning. So listen, Lord, universe, my husband, wherever you're at, come home. I'm gonna need you to come home. Quit playing with all these girls out here. Quit doing whatever you're doing. Come home, because I'm done. Done. Rita, 7, size 7. Done. Done this morning.
Modern women like to say, oh, well, I gotta trust you first. I gotta make sure that, you're masculine and you're an alpha and you're able to put me in my feminine. No, you need to be feminine, period, from the start. A lot of y'all like to spend years being masculine, being aggressive. I can't even say masculine. I could say aggressive, being aggressive. And you want a man to just put up with it? No.
I saw this really cute guy at the grocery store the other day, so naturally I followed him to the checkout counter, and when he gave the cashier his credit card, I peeped it to see what his name was. And then I Googled him and found his social media profiles, and I was able to tell that he was single.
And through social media, she finds his mom, who happens to be part of a book club. She joins that book club. She attends a meeting at that book club. She meets his mom and has a conversation with her. By chance, lets her know that she's single as a Pringle. Mom thinks, oh, this is great. My son is single. Let me match them up. They exchange numbers, and he ends up setting up a date with this lady. 2 things here. Obviously, there's a double standard, because if a man did this, he would be labeled a creep and a stalker. 2, I think this highlights just how bad women are at approaching and introducing themselves to a guy. Like, she would rather find a way to find his name and then look him up, find him on social media to confirm whether or not he's single. She will literally spend 10 hours of her life trying to figure out if this guy is Mr. Right before she even says hi. That just goes to show how fearful women are of rejection. So I don't understand why it's so difficult for so many women to not understand why rejection is difficult for men. And what makes it worse is not only rejecting men, because that has to happen to some degree if you're not interested in him, but what's way worse is when you shame a man for simply approaching you.
Is it actually true that men become a reflection of the way a woman treats them? So if you don't like the way he's acting, maybe you should look at the way you're treating him.
I get what she is saying, and I absolutely agree with it. I think that men become reflections of the way a woman treats them. I think it's the other way around too. I think women become reflections of the way a man treats them and takes care of them. But this is really just kind of basic surface level stuff, because there's a lot deeper level to this. If we go down, we see that it's not just about what she does to him, it's about what she doesn't do, what she withholds and what she avoids, what she ignores. Because respect that is inconsistent, effort that only shows up when it's convenient, and peace that disappears the second she's in a bad mood, that really matters just as much as the obvious things do. And then there's this part where people don't like to talk about it, but it really does matter. What she does in private, how she talks about him when he's not around, what she entertains on her social media, the attention that she may be seeking from other men, those little boundaries that she crosses and tells herself it's not a big deal, that does matter. It doesn't stay hidden, because it eventually leaks out, and it shows up in how she carries herself, how she responds to him, and how much respect there actually is for him. And men pick up on that. Whether we can explain it or not, we pick up on it. Women don't think we see those things, but we do. So yeah, men reflect how he's treated by a woman, but he's also reacting to what's missing and what's happening behind the scenes. You don't get the best version of a man by just doing a few things right in public. You get it by being consistent, respectful, and solid, even when nobody's watching.
There's so many women on this app that have chosen to sleep with men unprotected, that have no job, have no career, have nothing going for them, probably have some kind of addiction, and expect this man to magically and organically step up and be responsible when she gets pregnant and has a child. This man will literally not have a freaking job, but somehow these women have conjured up the idea that he's magically gonna get a job and be able to support a family and a child just because the child is here. But then these women are mad because these men are irresponsible, even though these men have shown that they were irresponsible in the first place. So it's always the responsibility of the men to pay child support, but it's never the responsibility of the women to be held accountable for basically sleeping with these men in the first place. And it's the fact that so many of these women, instead of acknowledging like, yeah, I saw the signs and I up, and they take full accountability for their poor choices in life, they rather get on the internet or talk to their friends, make their entire personality about their deadbeat baby daddies or the losers in their lives, or oh my god, I can't believe he's so irresponsible and doesn't take care of his kids. You knew that. You knew that. You were blind to that. You ignored the signs, and you being a single mother is the consequences of you being irresponsible, the same way that the deadbeats are irresponsible by not paying in the first place. If you choose to have a baby with someone that's not capable in the first place, you can't cry about it later. Okay, bye.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they're looking for that diamond in the rough, that man that is head and shoulders above other men, but they're head and shoulders below all of these other women. So let me get this straight. You want a man that is, you know, you got average right here, and you want a man to elevate himself. I want a man way up here, but then you down here. Man, shut up. Shut up.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore and put in any effort?
Oh, bless her heart. So this woman wants to know why men don't pursue women as strongly anymore, citing a specific example of how when her dad met her mom, he continued to ask her out even though she initially laughed in his face. And when she had to work late, he came and picked her up with dinner already made and they went and had a picnic. And I can easily womansplain this. See, back in your mom and dad's day, your mom didn't have thousands of influencers telling her that your dad is a creep if he keeps asking her out after she's already said no. Your mom didn't have thousands of influencers telling her that a picnic isn't a real first date. Your mom didn't have influencers telling her that it's not even safe to get in the car with a guy on a first date and that she needs to demand he send an Uber instead because they didn't have Uber. And your mom also didn't have 5 different dating apps to make her think that she has millions of other options. And on the flip side of that coin, your dad also didn't have access to tons of pages online blasting, humiliating, and making fun of men who are overly persistent. Your dad didn't have access to thousands of horror stories from male content creators talking about getting used and played by women or raked over the coals in family court. Your dad wasn't being influenced by alpha bro manosphere dudes with podcasts telling him not even to talk to women and to hit the gym instead. It's a completely different world now because social media has completely changed the dating landscape. And because of that, yeah, we do live in a world where men do need a massive, glowing, shining neon green flag if they are going to pursue a woman, or they won't feel safe. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I'm definitely not saying that the full burden of carrying a relationship should be on just the woman's shoulders, but I am saying that dropping the handkerchief can't be as subtle as it used to be. And I'm also saying that once you reject a guy, expect him to stay away. So yeah, 35 years ago, your dad might have gotten away with continuing to pursue your mom even though she said no. But also 35 years ago, people were buying houses for 80 grand. So times change. Either get better at communicating with guys you like, or watch the guys you like slip away. Up to you.
As a matchmaker, I'm always looking for opportunities for my single clients to meet other singles in a natural environment. Today, I'm looking out for my single ladies who like the contractor type.
Excuse me, can you check in with the good-looking guys?
hang out here at Home Depot. Primarily, they're in lumber.
In the lumber aisle.
Here I am in the lumber aisle. Don't see much happening right now, so I decided to take a walk around. Ooh, there's a guy. He'd be good for someone. And sometimes you gotta be a little inconspicuous about these things, especially when you're hunting for men. Oh, there's a cute one, ladies. So I made my way back over, and again, not much happening. There wasn't really anyone here that I would set my clients up with.
Mornings, Monday to Friday.
There you go. If you luck out, try again. Monday to Friday, lumber aisle, Home Depot.
My first date cockblocked me from the hottest firefighter I have ever seen. So I went on a first date with this guy from Hinge, and I know I told you guys I was over Hinge, but I am a liar. I went back and I tried it out, and nope, still over it. We went on a walk, and I literally saw the most beautiful firefighter. So if anyone knows, it was Sunday around 10 a.m. by Seaport Village in San Diego. He's tall, dark hair, blue eyes, and like a sleeve.
I'm sorry, did you want the man that took you on the date to apologize? Because I bet you anything that man just put in a ton of effort into talking to you, to building some sort of connection, and then asking you out on that date that he planned. And here you are making a video complaining about his presence because on that date you saw somebody that you were really attracted to. But at least for that man, you decided to make this video. He will probably see it, and then he will rest assured that he was able to avoid the red flags, because that woman, like all too many women these days, are becoming very, very bold in displaying their red flags, especially on social media, and thinking that they're not red flags. Like, do you think that the firefighter, even if he's single and sees this, and even if people point out who he is and you're able to find him, do you think that he's actually going to be interested in a woman that was interested in him on a first date and then made a video claiming that her first date that took her on that date was blocking her? I don't think so, because the chances of him living a peaceful existence with you by his side is probably non-existent.
A lot of these modern women don't really understand that a man, they call him emotionally unavailable, but he's more guarded. It's like he's strategically guarded. And there's a difference, because when somebody is guarded, then he's not going to allow you to take advantage of his feelings, to take advantage of his emotions and use them against you. You don't get the full man up front. I'm not going to give that to you. Just like you want me to earn your trust, you got to earn mine. That's fair, man. I don't know where we get off with this type of stuff, but that's fair.
Take this walk with me.
I've come to the conclusion that no matter what kind of benefit of the doubt I give, some of y'all are just not that bright. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you feel like I look like I am worth $1 million, and you know that you're only worth, if you feel like I'm worth $10, and you know that you only are worth $5, why are you approaching me?
That is arguably the worst analogy I've ever heard in my life. And not only was it a bad analogy, it had a very, very poor delivery at that. She used every brain cell possible to say absolutely nothing. And it's my fault because I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I thought she was actually going to say something of substance. But this is what we ended up with. Was it just me, or did it look like she was struggling to say that simple ass sentence? And not only that, what does that have to do with somebody approaching you? People that get together aren't always on the same level of attraction, and it happens both ways. There are men that are highly attractive that are with women that are mid, and there are women that are highly attractive that are with men that are mid for different reasons. What the does any of that have to do with the $15 analogy that you tried to give us? You know what, man? It's not her fault. This is probably one of her first posts. I can tell a new creator when I see one. And if it's not that, then she definitely got to be missing a chromosome or two, because that was painful to hear. It took almost 45 seconds to deliver that message. I just want you to think about that. 45 seconds. Sweetheart, my advice to you is get off the internet. This is not what you want, because if that's what you are delivering to these people, trust me, you ain't got to worry about people like me. It's the people in the comments. They're not going to let you live. But knowing her, I know she ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying, because look how her brain functions. Yeah, I keep the change.
All right, so what's happening is men are not approaching women, and this channel deals with that, mainly the fear of being labeled creepy, and women are noticing. Now, this video is really for the women who are sending me DMs and putting comments. I don't know what you're talking about. Women are noticing, men are not approaching. What do you mean? Well, it's all over social media, but I'll give you some videos here.
What happened to men approaching women?
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked.
This one's for the guys. Do you guys like not shoot your shot with women in person anymore?
Like, can I go on a quick rant here? I am so sick of not being pursued.
With men, I don't know. I wanted to ask you, men don't come up and ask or talk to you anymore?
Question for the men. Why is it that men have stopped approaching women in real life? Because I feel like back in the day, early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to walk up to women, strike up a little convo, and just see where things lead. But nowadays, I don't really see that anymore.
So again, men are not approaching women as much as we used to. A lot of us are not approaching women at all. It is all over social media, just in case you missed it. Again, go onto TikTok, go onto YouTube, type it in. Men are not approaching women, or men no longer approach women. Now, this next clip is one I like the most. It's a woman who has a theory as to why. Why have we started to hesitate approaching women?
But you hug him, feed him, leave him alone. You guys are actually crying because men don't approach you anymore. Do you want to know why they don't approach you anymore, Karen? Because if they approach you, he's a predator. And if he hits on you, oh my God, SA. Not to mention the fact that you guys catfish your with 20 pounds of makeup and your personality. So when he actually feels something, you show your things and your psycho side. The amount of false accusations where pro basketball players and just random men in general have actually had their lives ruined because of like this, with the false claims, that is why men are not approaching you. That is why men are not talking to you. It has nothing to do with your looks per se. You can be the most beautiful girl in the room and they would probably be to talk to you. And then they're going through a list in their head of everything you could do to ruin their lives. And the last thing they need over their head is to be accused of that they didn't do. That is why they are not approaching you. Do better.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they really don't understand that men are actually walking away. You thinking that this man is going to be crushed, his world is going to be over after the breakup or after you reject him. That man can sit back and you might be a good person. Maybe you are. But a lot of men say, well, you know, it is what it is, and they walk off. A lot of modern women think that, oh, I rejected him, so he gonna be devastated. I'm not. I'm not. I already understand after talking to you, oh, she's chaotic. She got something chaotic going on. And I'm like, well, I didn't need that in my life. Glad we didn't go anywhere.
So I'm stuck on the side of the highway with a flat tire in a thunderstorm. I said, I'm not gonna call my sister first. My sister always come through. I'm gonna call one of these guys. I'm gonna call one of these guys to come help. It hurt my ego to say the responses. I'm not even gonna hold you. It does hurt my ego. One said, I'm not a tire shop. Two said, it's raining too hard. Three didn't answer. One guy asked if I was okay. One guy asked if someone's coming to help me. One person showed basic empathy. Make them lonelier.
So what's your point, baby? You got 4 men. The dude said he not a tire shop. He don't know how to change no tire, baby. The second one said it's raining too hard. He ain't got no car. The third one, he with another one of his chicks. That's why he ain't answer the phone. The fourth one, I guarantee you put him in the friend zone. What's your point? My point is, I can't stand when people complain about the random people they talk to. Those are random dudes. I don't know if you smashing them. I don't know if y'all just texting. Why would any one of them care about you being stuck in the rain? Now, I would see if it's your man, I would see if it's a man you so-called dating, a guy you see real interest in. But you talking about this random guys that you might be texting, not texting, or sleeping with. Baby, that's on you. That's your pickings. Now, I believe a man should get out there and help you if y'all on that type of level, if y'all smashing or whatever, and yeah, man, go help her for sure. I believe it. But you been on the side road and you think that out of 4 dudes, these 4 dudes all should be like, I'm on the way. Why? That's my whole thing. Why would all 4 be saying they on the way? And why women in the comments that don't know nothing about men or know nothing about human decency, because women do the exact same thing to men they don't care about. Women do the exact same thing to men they don't care about. If you not her man, or a woman won't even give a man a compliment unless you her man or y'all dating. You can, and then that compliment be a backhanded compliment. You think you look good, don't you? Think you fine, don't you? Think you doing something, don't we can't even feel good about ourselves. Fellas, them dudes ain't do nothing wrong because they wasn't her man. And y'all wasn't on that type of level. And I know y'all wasn't because you had to call 4 different guys, not 1. Take these, be cool.
Women break up with a man 6 months before they break up with them. Once you grieved the relationship for months while you're still in the relationship, then you leave. But men are so literally dumb and narcissistic that they will treat you like for all of those months, and no matter how many times you tell them, like, I'm not going to deal with this anymore, I'm not going to deal with this anymore, they think because you keep taking them back, it's because you're genuinely accepting their behavior.
And where's the communication? Where's you trying to fix the issue? If you genuinely want to leave the relationship, why are you sticking around even longer? And you do realize when you stay in an unhappy relationship, but you're planning on leaving, that's still a choice, right? So he's not responsible for that. That's still your choice. It's weird to me how some women will play victim in these situations, acting like he was so horrible. But you staying in a relationship you're not satisfied with is also on you. And men are not dumb or narcissistic. I've noticed a lot of women don't communicate very well. Or they communicate and then they don't actually take action. They don't follow through with what they're promising will happen. And yeah, if you go quiet and you're peaceful to be around for a while, why would he expect any different? He can't read your mind. Maybe he thought, okay, things are kind of bad right now. Our relationship's not great, but she's still here, so clearly it's survivable enough. And let's be real here, some of us ladies, we go through some stuff with our hormones and such. We have moments where we lash out and we're pissed off, and then the next day we're good. I'm not justifying that behavior. I think you need to figure it out and you need to manage yourself. But a lot of men have dealt with that so many times where they don't always take you seriously because of that. So if you're known to freak out on him for no good reason, again, he's not gonna take it as seriously when you actually mean it. And if a man made a video saying, oh, women are dumb and narcissistic, that would be heavily shamed for him saying that. That would be unacceptable, but somehow it's acceptable when a woman says it? These generalizations are absolutely ridiculous.
No loneliness epidemic. Men stopped yearning. Men don't yearn anymore. That's all women want. All they want is to be yearned for. Why do you think Mr. Darcy is such a sought-after gentleman, sir? There aren't novels about Andrew Tates, okay? People aren't writing home about Joe Rogan. Wasn't it Voltaire talking about he didn't want his woman to wash for 2 weeks before he got back? Pretty sure. Why do you think book talk is so popular? Why do you think women are reading these fantasy novels about men who are literally crawling out of their grave to get to her? Hosier's singing about no grave can hold my body down, I'll crawl home to her. That's what women want. It's really not that hard, y'all.
Did she just say that the male loneliness epidemic can be ended by simping? No, I'm pretty sure she just said that men would not be as lonely if they simply obsessed over women the way that fictional characters in fantasy novels do, or the way that Hosier's song lyrics sound when he sings them to crowds of hundreds of thousands of people. Are you weaponizing men's loneliness to softly threaten them into fictional levels of obedience? You're emotionally manipulating men into doing your bidding again. That doesn't work, but also because the male loneliness epidemic isn't about women. You guys have been reminding of this throughout all of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, that they did it to themselves and it's not women's job to come in and save them. And let's just stay intellectually consistent with that, because I agree the male loneliness epidemic is mainly about the downfall of male friendships and male social circles. Yes, people are dating less, marrying less, having having kids less. But the main issue at play here with the rise of individualism and technology is that men are socializing with each other less and less. And men still yearn for women. That's not exactly the problem. It's just that they feel less comfortable expressing that yearning and desire in a world where women tell them not to even look at or talk to them. They're trying to be respectful and protect themselves, and telling them to compete with romance novels isn't gonna change that. That's like telling women they'd have better relationships with men if they simply acted more like the women in their fantasies. Like, come on. Yearning won't save men. Prioritizing their male friendships will save them. Always having consistent workout buddies will save them. Investing in brotherhood will save them. But your advice, you want them to repeat Hosier lyrics about coming out of their own graves to find her? He's gonna get pepper sprayed. I'll meet her halfway and agree that adding passion to an already cultivated relationship will help. But simply yearning is not going to resolve the male loneliness epidemic. It's like the biggest lie since chore play.
A lot of these modern women don't seem to understand. Well, they understand it if it has to do with a man. Well, if that's the way you got her, then that's the way you're going to have to keep her. You're going to have to keep on whining and her. Okay, well, you know, whatever you use to attract them, that's the same energy you need to use to keep them. Y'all be baiting and switching and all that stuff. And you want the white man say, okay, I need to see you with your makeup off. You know, I need to see you dressed now. Not that you have to do that every day, because that's what a lot of modern women like to do. They like to dress down and stay dressed down and never get cute. The only time they get cute is with their friends. Get cute for your man too. But I need to see what I got going on. Let me see what you're working with. Give me a little something.